Saturday, January the 20th, 2018, to you. Exactly a year ago, Mr. Donald J. Trump became the 45th President of the United States. Therefore, I will make a brief review of his administration. As always, there are good things and bad ones too. First and foremost, Mr. Trump has shown a tendency to keep his word, and that is not good news for America. During his campaign, he promised he would have a firm stance on immigration, and guess what? He did exactly that. He banned citizens of several predominantly Muslim countries from entering into the United States. He also repealed DACA in September. During his campaign, Mr. Trump said he would reverse President Obama's policies, and guess what? He did exactly that. He has put too much effort to end Obamacare without proposing any reasonable alternative. As for foreign policy, it has remained somewhat erratic under Mr. Trump's administration. The president has had an aggressive rhetoric against North Korea, though military tensions in the peninsula has scaled down, thanks Mr. Xi. Mr. Trump has done his best to insult allies at NATO, though the transatlantic alliance remains strong. Of course, I must mention the Russian issue. Indeed, relations between Moscow and Washington have been too mercurial due both to their natural geopolitical rivalry and to Mr. Trump's personal admiration towards Mr. Putin. Latin America, the president does not know the region very well. I cannot avoid writing about tax reform. Indeed, it has been Mr. Trump's best, if not only, legislative victory. That said, many pundits have been wondering whether Mr. Trump pushed for that reform for his own benefit. Perhaps that is part of Mr. Trump's legacy. American politics have become too personal. That is some challenge for experts. Washington cannot be explained by political science, but by psychology. Events surrounding the publication of Mr. Wolf's Fire and Fury is just the most recent episode of this long, fascinating saga. How is Mr. Trump now? Up to a certain degree, I agree with Mr. Steve Bannon. He must be feeling out of place there in the White House. Indeed, he must hate to be scrutinized by any so-and-so. He must be annoyed that his deeds can affect some worlds he cannot fathom. He must feel lonely after seeing his top advisors waving goodbye due to the Russian probe. Luckily, America has always been great. Greater than Mr. Trump at least. The world is still on.